Welcome. I'm Ricky Smith. I'm going to talk to you today about maintenance and reliability best practices. This is just a short video. I mean, hopefully you'll like it. And so just buckle up and let's move on. So, are you in reactive or proactive mode? That's the question. Are we? You either one or the other. We have a former um, mentor of mine, John Day, who was the engineer and maintenance manager for Alcoa Mount Holly or Alumax Mount Holly at his first name. Um, and a lot of it has to do with, well, you're reactive or proactive. So if we look at some world-class maintenance standards, okay, so maintenance cost as a percentage of replacement asset value typically is 3.5 to 9%. World-class is 2 to 3%. Budget compliance, typically less than 60% of the time that we actually comply to the budget. World-class, when I was at Alcoa, it was 100%. Planners per trade person, typical maintenance, a lot of either have no planner or we have no planning process. Okay, proactive. Okay, so typically in world class, what you have is you'll have one planner to 20 technicians. Absenteeism, typical maintenance 10% plus. World class was plus or minus 5%. Ready backlogs, ready to schedule. Most companies do not measure it, do not understand it, especially ones that are reactive. All right. World class maintenance is 2 to 4 weeks of ready backlog. Percentage of planned work, typical maintenance, 15% or less. And in world class maintenance, it's 90%. Wow. Schedule compliance, this is by week, okay? It's 50% typical. World class maintenance is 90 to 100%. PM compliance, 60%. I got a question mark on that one because it's hard to define a lot of times with organizations. World class, 95 to 100%. Inventory accuracy, I know not how many places I go to, they don't have a good, accurate inventory. They don't know what they have in the inventory. So parts, what I'm talking about. 95%, all right, plus for world class. Maintenance training costs, no budget. Typically in world class maintenance is 6% of budget. Maintenance rework. Rework means we have to go back to it again. Typical maintenance is the um, rework is high, and rework is for many reasons that happens. Okay, equipment failing over and over again, and so on. And then world class maintenance is low. Accurate dashboard. So this is where we actually put the people to see the score in the game. We got to know what the score in the game is. So a few basic principles: reliable assets, capacity assurance. We're assuring capacity to the operation. So maintenance strategies, PM, PDM, and then run to failure. Failure elimination and mitigation. We need to focus on failure elimination and mitigation. Process driven with key performance indicators. These are leading and lagging KPIs. The reliable process, capacity on demand, equipment throughput, no choke points, equipment operated to capacity, optimal throughput and quality. Process driven with key performance indicators again. We're leading and lagging. So reliable assets, reliable process. Reliable assets plus reliable process gives you a certain results, okay? Meeting customer demand and profit. The reliable assets, capacity assurance, capacity on demand. The goal, this goal will never be reached without a true partnership. We can't reach this goal by meeting capacity on demand and capacity assurance without having true partnership. Partnership with production, maintenance, and operations, storeroom, so on. I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but it says it isn't what you know that will kill you, it's what you don't know that will. And these are actual pictures that I took in organizations. And then your system is perfectly designed to give you the results you get. That's from Dr. Deming, smart guy. Reliability, meeting the functional requirements of the end user. Reliable equipment and process which operates at rate. On demand, total plant equates to lower cost, customer satisfaction. On time deliveries and employee satisfaction. And then ownership satisfaction. And then increased throughput. Our goal is optimal reliability at optimal cost. So working together to achieve the same goal, no option. We're one team. Working together is a requirement, not an option. Sometimes in the heat of the day, we forget, certain things. Equipment or area running less than rate and quality. Maintenance and production have problems working together. Equipment failure, maintenance and production problems. Again, so what do we accept and not accept? Equipment not running the specifications, functional failure? I don't think so. Equipment breaking down when it wants to, total functional failure. I tell people either the equipment's in charge or the people are in charge. And how do you know? If the equipment breaks down when it wants to break down, then we have a problem that we need to get to the root cause of it. So if we look at proactive maintenance, work starts with PM, PDM. Then what the findings from that is planning, scheduling, work execution, close out the work order, and then practice, which is failure reporting, analysis, and corrective action system. And then this is a continuous improvement loop. This is proactive maintenance. So if a step in a process is skipped or performed at a substandard level, it creates defects known as failures. So world-class standards, 15% PM execution labor hours, results from PM 15%, PDM execution 15%, PDM results 35%. In other words, what this is saying is we can identify more work, in fact, early enough that we can plan it and schedule it with PDM, with predictive maintenance or condition monitoring. Total work plan, 90%. Reactive work, less than 2%. Stockouts, this is when you go to the storeroom and it says there's a part in there and it's not in there. Less than 2%, which is world class. Schedule compliance by day by week, 85 to 90%. And failure reporting, analysis, corrective action systems in place, eliminating failures by changing the maintenance strategy and equipment modification. Work orders are closed out with all codes identified. Who closes out the work order? It's reviewed by the maintenance supervisor, but the maintenance planner is the one that actually closes the work order out. Had a lot of companies tell me they don't agree with that. But when I talk to them about it, is that the planner is the only one sitting in their office calm, so they have the time to close it out accurately. As a former maintenance supervisor, I tell you what, at the end of the day, you don't have a lot of time to close work orders out. So we have two options, okay? So in maintenance, to maintain or not maintain. That's what we have the options of, okay? Variation's your enemy. Causes, lack of discipline in maintenance execution, the wrong maintenance approach to reliability, because run to failures are dominant strategy, okay? Production, not operating the equipment to standard. PM compliance is too wide. In other words, what we're saying by PM compliance is too wide is that so we got a monthly PM, and then at the beginning of the month say, hey, we don't have time to do the PM, push it off to the end of the month. So when the end of the month comes, we run out and we get the PM done, quickly. All right. Then the beginning of the next month, things aren't running quite well. So I'd say push off this PM to the end of the month. Okay, you see this kind of craziness that goes on. Doing too much PM or the wrong PM. No standards and specifications. No operator engagement. Lack of discipline in production and operation. Typically, believe it or not, production has more losses than maintenance does, from a cost standpoint. The wrong things being measured. No doubt about it. So world-class standard we talked about, we got to know what the standard is. All right. Have to know what it is. All right. Just the end of my short presentation. I'd like you to join me next week with Maintenance and Reliability Best Practices Workshop. It's going to be virtual via internet. It's February 27th to 29th. All right. And then I'm the instructor. So hopefully that you can join me. You can email me at rsmith@worldclassmaintenance and get more information about this class coming up next week. Thank you and have a great day. Goodbye.